All right. Hey guys. Hello, Dream Team. Well, I'm excited for tonight because I'm not the only one talking, which is going to be fabulous. Before I bring on our speaker for the night, I do want to cover a couple of things. First and foremost, tonight is the last night that you have to enter the drawing for the free room at Thrive Palooza. So if you have been getting new customers since I started that promo, they all have to be posted. Today was your last day to chase. Now, you have until midnight, so if some of you late people, I'll be asleep, but you can keep posting it. And tomorrow I'm going to be pulling the winner. For every Originally I said if you had 3 customers, it would put you in the drawing. But we've had some people go above and beyond 3. So for every 3 new customers, that person gets an entry in the drawing. So some people are going to have multiple entries. So if you set your 3, but you're like, oh, I really had 5 or whatever, like go through the list and make sure you've sent me all of your orders. If you're not sure, because that thread is really, really long, put all of your order numbers together and send them to me in Messenger. Just, I don't need the pictures. Just tell me the order numbers and put them in a message to me so I can make sure I have everything. And then secondly, so I made a little request today of the team. I want to start getting more interaction from the team on our customer page, the Vibin' and Thrivin' page. And so I just threw out today some dates. Again, there's a post in Dream Team where I'm asking for 2 people per week to kind of team up and just take over the Vibin' and Thrivin' page. So what does that mean to take over the page? You're going to create the posts, and it's going to be whatever the heck you want. You and your partner can come up with some great stuff. And I'm totally getting ready to shout out Yola and Olivia because they've done some amazing stuff already today. But you and your partner are going to work together. Basically what will happen, I'll just give you the breakdown. So today when I had Yola and Olivia had both signed up for this week, I put them in a group chat with me and said, hey girls, here's what I want you to do. Talk amongst yourselves, tag me if you need me, and I mute out of that chat. They were doing amazing brainstorming, and it was so fun to actually like get to peek in. But what you're in charge of for the entire week, you and your partner, you make any kind of post, ask any questions, you can make a graphic, you can share recipes, you can make a poll, whatever the heck you want to do. But you're also responsible for going in and interacting with people. So you're going to go to post and answer questions. You're going to, if someone takes the time to make a comment on one of our posts, you're going to go in and comment back to them. Because the more we interact on that customer page, the more exposure it's going to get. And it's a lot for me to be the only person posting and responding. And I know you guys post, like you give shout outs to new customers and stuff, which is great, but we need that to be a resource for people. So not just shout outs to people, but information that can help someone. So, you might throw in a workout idea, you might throw in a recipe, you might throw in a shake, like a different way to like mix up your shake. If you have one of those little handheld blenders, like maybe just, show different ways, because you have to remember that is just customers, and it's people who might want to be customers and haven't committed yet. So the more information we can make it, like the more useful we can make it. Now, I am going to ask you to do 1 to 2 posts a day. I don't want it to become this thing with like so many posts that people get out of the group, but I like it to be more consistent than what it has been, because I have dropped the ball trying to do one or 2 posts every day. But for example, today when Yola and Olivia got together, I was completely clueless. And Olivia's like, hey, I noticed we have 1,000 people officially now on that team. Let's do like a giveaway and a prize for having that many people. And I was like, yes, I support that 110%. So they so Olivia made a graphic. They've got the post made. If you haven't seen it, it's in there. They're asking people like, what's an item that maybe you haven't tried that you would like to try? And Olivia is going to be going live to actually explain the giveaway and all that jazz. And so that's the kind of thing that page needs. And it's clearly not the thing that I was going to think of, because I did not have that in my brain anywhere. So I super, super love getting input from you guys. And actually earlier in the day, before they really knew what they were doing, Yola put a great post in there and asked people like basically where they're from. So I'm so happy to see that other brains are going into that group, because I'm not always the most creative person when it comes to this stuff. And I just want you guys to get the feeling of having that customer group and running with it. If you have people who are not yet in that customer group, I would highly encourage you to start adding them. I know sometimes people forget, because when the group first started, it was exciting and now people have forgotten. But go through your customer list, go through your potentials. A lot of times if someone's in a group chat with me and they're asking about Thrive, I'll even say, you know what, I'm going to throw you in the customer group. You can be in there for a week or two, see if it's for you. If not, leave the group. No one's going to care. But it's a great way for you to start seeing other, like not me selling it, but other people thriving. And if you guys have noticed in that customer group, customers sell to each other. They're constantly selling to each other. They're sharing recipes. They're talking about a product that they love that this other customer hasn't heard of. So literally do yourself a favor and put all your customers in there. And yeah, so please make sure if you haven't yet picked a week, and I only think I went out 6 weeks on the chart. Pick a week that you feel comfortable that you would be able to do, you and someone else. And here's the great thing, like it just worked out this way. Olivia and Yola are not on the same team. They don't even know each other. Olivia's in Clarksville, Yola's in Texas. So it's so neat. They have like such a neat blend. Olivia's been here for a while. Yola's pretty new. So you can do it that way. You can just sign up and be there with a stranger, which I think is fun. Or if you are like a 4K or a 12K and you're bringing someone new in and you can see they have leadership qualities and they want to build a business, ask them, would you want to do this with me for a week? Give them the chance to be active in that customer group and to really step up to the plate and start to help customers, because every time we help a customer, our confidence grows. I think people look at leaders and they're like, wow, she's so confident. It's just because we've done stuff longer. I've been told no a heck of a lot longer, right? So the more you get your people involved, the better they're going to do. So anyway, that's what that post was about earlier today. If you haven't yet commented or picked a date, please go back and look. If you're like, oh, none of these dates work, but maybe in the future, just hang on to it, because I will do another post when we get a little further. I don't want to schedule things too far out because I'm afraid people will forget. So anyway, that's the only two things I have. Tonight, I asked Lisa Cooke to join us, well, she always joins us, but I asked her to actually come on and talk to us tonight. This is the part of the story I love. After one of the Super Saturday trainings, she took it upon herself to reach out to one of the people that had been on the training. I hope I'm saying this right, Lisa. And yes, she ended up having a great conversation with this gal. She got all kinds of information from this lady, and she was talking about it at the local. And I was like, oh my gosh, you're totally going to speak on one of our Dream Team Zooms because I want you to share all this. So without further ado, I'm muting out, and Lisa, you're.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much for asking me to do this. So before I start, I wanted to show you guys that if you go on YouTube and Thrive Super Saturday Training, this is actually, the video is there. So if you want to watch it, that's just a screenshot of what the video looked like. And like I said, I just Googled, I went on YouTube and I just put in Thrive Super Saturday Training, and it's down a couple, but it did pop up. So, and actually the girl that I reached out to, I believe was Melissa Topper, which is funny because I have some really good friends that live here in town and their last name's Topper. But I think she was from Wisconsin or whatever. So before I get into the closing statements, one of the things that she talked about right off was how to go in and print out your Facebook friends list, and how you can take that and work off of it. So she actually sent me a video of her doing that. So I went through the video today, I typed out the instructions, and I can post that for you guys, but you have to do this from a computer. You cannot do this from a phone. So you just go to your profile, you click on friends, and then you go over to the right-hand side and there's 3 little dots, and you click that, and it's profile and tagging settings. And then on the left-hand side of the screen is your Facebook information. And you click that and it says download information. View on the right side, and you want to click, why can't I say that word tonight? Click, here we go. Click deselect all, because it can get, it gives you the option of printing all your posts, all your tags, all your everything. So you want to deselect, and then you want to go in and select friends box, and it's friends, and then there's a box, and then there's a bigger blue box at the top, and it says create the file. So you click on that, and you can go in and Facebook will create this file, and then it will send it to your email. And then you just go into your email and print it out. So that's what I did. I put it in this notebook, and it's just a 3-ring binder. So what I did is I went through and I highlighted all the people on my friends list that are already thriving. And what I've tried to do each night is just go in and pick 5 people on my friends list and go into Facebook and look, because I mean, there are people that I'm working off this list and I haven't seen anything from them on Facebook in months. When I go in and look at their profile and their page, they have been on Facebook, but I haven't seen it. So I go into Messenger and it's like, hey, haven't talked to you in a while. How are things going? Or saw this on your book, blah, blah, blah. So it's just making that connection, relationship, because we know that's what Facebook is all about. So anyway, I will be glad to post that. Like I said, it was just a really simple, and I only have like 600, and I think I have about 700 friends. So it's a little bit thick, but this is something that I've been working off of to do my reach outs.
Lisa, after this video is done and I share the recording, we'll post those instructions in that.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So, but going back to the Super Saturday training, and this was also, I believe it was on Susan Kaufman's, I say Susan like we're best friends, Susan Kaufman's page. And someone had posted it there, but these were the closing, the closing verbiage that these ladies trained on that Saturday. So, and like I said, I'll also post this into our page, and I'm just going to read down through here. It says, one of them is, I love that this is after obviously you've sent out samples, and these are to people that are sampling. I love you're feeling so amazing already. How do you feel about placing your order now so there's no gap in your Thrive experience? The next one, and this one already said, hey, Lisa, I didn't do this. It says, hey, Lisa, I know you loved your sample last week. I have 2 packs on sale right now for 10% off. Do you want me to save one for you? And there goes that FOMO, that fear of missing out. If you got a promo that you can share, then, you put that little bit of, you better get this before somebody else does, kind of thing. Sandra, do you want to say something? You're a little antsy over there. Okay, feel free to jump in. And the next one is, I'm so excited that you started noticing some benefits already. I do have some incentives running right now if you're ready to buckle up and give this the 2 to 4 weeks to really see what it can do. Are you ready to order this weekend? The next one is, so happy you love the sample. Now would be a great time to start your full experience so you can take advantage of the special pricing I have right now. And then another one was, oh, here's another one. They're talking about the energy, and she's like, oh, you noticed it. It's the best thing, right? I know when I started, I never wanted to run out. I can help you with your order tonight. I'm available at 8 p.m. Does that work for you? And of course, we know we need to always end with a question because we want them to respond. And then another one was, she called it the closing statement was, hey girl, I cannot wait to hear how you feel with 4 weeks of product in your body. A free shipping code just fell in my lap and I immediately thought of you. Open to giving 4 weeks ago and deciding for yourself if this is something for you. Again, ending with a question. So, and they talked quite a bit about sampling too. So if you don't care, I'm going to kind of go over these notes here. Also, she's the girl that I got these, that I reached out to, Melissa. She did this part, and she's like, hey, this was the sampling. Hey, Liz, I put a few Thrive mini experiences together for a few friends, and I have a couple left over. Would you be open to trying my favorite things for a few days? No strings attached, but I would love your feedback. And then once, of course, you send the sample, before you send the sample, you create the account, you put them in the group chat, you work them through the funnel. But she had some really, I thought, really good follow-up techniques. So when she found out they were going to be starting their sample the next day, the night before, she would send them a picture of her capsules on the nightstand and say, my capsules are ready, are yours, and that kind of triggered their brain. Also, day one, isn't the mix yummy? Too gritty, icky, that's a chance for you to troubleshoot. Ask them how much water they've drank on that day. Day two, happy day two, getting the hang of the timing, question mark. Happy day three, morning friend. Are you starting to notice how good you're starting to feel? Which, is Paul Gravett, right? Are you noticing the energy, noticing how great they're feeling? Also, one of them said, if we do our job, they won't leave this sample sitting on the counter. So I think that's true to a certain extent. I mean, some people just aren't going to take it, but let me see. I like this idea as well. And she talked about getting your customers, for them to be able to thrive for free. Says, my friend Rachel is offering to send out, this would be like your Thriver would send it to their friend. My friend Rachel is offering to send out free Thrive samples for Mother's Day. I've been using Thrive for blank years or months, and I've really liked the blank it has given me. If you'd like a free sample, comment me below and she will send you one. And then, of course, the promoter would step in and take care of connecting with that person that has requested the sample. But and then the other thing, and I know Shantae tried this, and maybe Olivia did this one as well, just put it on Facebook. If I sent you a trial pack of Thrive, would you take it as directed and give me your honest feedback? I'm warring with doing that one. It seems like whenever I put anything out, but I'm not going to give up. I'm just trying to, don't know if it's going to be tonight that I try to do it, or if I'm going to wait and do it, maybe post some Transformation Tuesday pictures tomorrow and then put that post out. So, but Sandra, would you talk about, I think it was one of your Zoom last week, instead of saying try, like you were talking about, would you like to try this? Or I couldn't find my notes on that today. Do you remember what you said? Not to put you on the spot.
Oh, that's okay. I'm such a nerd that, hang on, let me pull my notes out of my file.
Okay, and I was listening to the Vault training this morning, and Lisa Fuller was talking. And I thought this was so interesting. She was reading a book. She didn't say what it was, but she said she had a light bulb moment when she was reading in this book, because the author said, and I thought this was so appropriate, because we get on, Zooms, and I know Tammy said take something from one and add it to your IPA and your income producing activities, to try to give you another tool in the toolbox to build your business and get promoters and customers. But anyway, Lisa Fuller said this. She said the guy that wrote this book said that 90% of the time, if you don't apply something new that you've learned to do in business within 24 hours of when you learn about it, then you won't use it. You either just forget about it, or, I mean, how many of us have done that? We think, oh, that's a great idea, and a week or 2 weeks goes by and it's like, oh, dang it, I was going to do that. So I just thought that was, like I said, don't know the book, don't know, but I just figured if Lisa Fuller was saying it, I could probably use it and repeat it. Okay, Sandra.
Okay. One of the things, and I think this might be what you're talking about, is, Paul Gravett says, if you offer somebody and say, do you want to try this? It's like the kiss of death, the word try is. And so I use a lot of times, are you open to experiencing what a Thrive mini sample will do? So I use that wording a lot. Are you open to? And then experience instead of try. Are you open to experiencing what a Thrive mini sample might can do for you, or can do for you? She put me on the spot.
That's what I was talking about.
Okay. I wasn't sure.
Yeah. The one lady on there in the red top, she kind of rambled a little bit. She was kind of hard to follow in her thoughts, but I mean, she had a lot of good stuff to say. So I would encourage you, go to YouTube, find that video training and watch it, you know, pause it if you need. That's what I did. I paused it and took some notes. But oh, and then this morning, when I was looking for something else, for me, I come across this. Kayla Fox I was looking for a mindset training that I had seen of hers, and then she was talking about this, and she said she was talking about customers, and she's like, it's not your job to convince them, it's your job to sort them. The red apples are the yes, sign me up. The green apples are I need more information. And then you have the rotten apples who, you know, we all know what we need to do with the rotten apples. Bless and release, right? Let's toss them babies out of our life, out of our mindset, out of where we're going. And I thought it was kind of funny. She said, my broke uncle told me that it's a pyramid scheme. Well, hello, broke uncle. Do we need to say anything else? So I think that's all I have. I know we have a little bit of time left. I don't know if you guys have any questions. Like I said, I just went in and went from this training, but I just thought it was a lot of really good verbiage for the closing part.
Yes, thank you for that. I love all the verbiage, and I know it was a lot to keep track of. So I don't know, do you have that typed up? Okay, if you can send me that, then I'll also put that under. So basically, when I go to share this YouTube, you guys are going to want to find the YouTube in Dream Team, because I'll put all this in the comments below so that you have it. But I just think, you know, I'm not like a huge fan of scripts necessarily, because I hate when people are not personable about stuff, but we overthink. I do it, and I know you guys do it. We overthink so much. What do I say? What do I say? They said they want to try a sample. What do I say? You know, and then they're like, they're on day 2. What do I say? And I just love that this will help you, because I didn't feel like any of these seemed really canned. You know, they're simple wording. They get to the point. And so I don't know. I just loved all of the wording for sure. And I appreciate you taking the time to get all that together for us. Because if you can just focus on finding those apples, as you said, and just sorting them out and not having to think about what you're going to say, it makes it that much easier. And I really, really do believe that, like that girl said, when people are trying samples, if we're doing our job right, they're going to take it. And I'm a big fan of when somebody does a sample pack of beating them to the punch, is what I call it. And so before they even have a chance to message me and say they thought the shake, I don't know, was whatever, I'm like, wasn't it so good? Like I keep it positive, because if you say, what'd you think of the shake? Well, they're either not going to answer you, or they're going to give you all this stuff, and you're like, oh my gosh, they didn't like it. You know, but if you just say, wasn't it so yummy? And they're like, well, I don't know if I liked it that much. Oh my gosh. So tomorrow, try it this way. Tomorrow, try it that way. Like, you can keep things moving a lot easier. But again, it's us helping coach people through. So yeah, no, I'm super appreciative of this. I wanted to look here really quick too, because Olivia pointed out, when you guys were talking about the, because Lisa, you said maybe you'll do some testimony Tuesdays tomorrow and then throw out, you know, would you want to try it? Shantae actually did hers on sample Saturday. And then Olivia said, if you notice when I did it, I said Easter egg, not thrive, because mine was actually in an Easter egg. And I think a lot of it can, so like what she's saying is, if you're always buy my thrive, try my thrive, blah, 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 thrive, Facebook's going to pick up on that. But when she was like, do you want this Easter egg? And obviously in the Easter egg was all the fun stuff, all the thrive. So I think that's a really good point. Anytime you can avoid typing it out, or even typing out trial pack or some sample pack or things like that, Facebook picks up on that. So I like that she disguised it. That was a very good tip, Olivia. Oh, 3 of those comments were people who wanted to try it just because she displayed it in a cute way. And you guys think about that. Like, I'm a sucker for packaging, a sucker. I sometimes buy the dumbest stuff because it's cute. And we're all kind of like that. So yeah, Olivia, are you typing? You can unmute if you're typing more. You don't have to.
And I got those eggs at the Dollar Tree. I did not spend like $10 a piece on those. I got them at the Dollar Tree.
Nice. Smart.
So.
Smart. Okay. Does anybody have any other questions for Lisa about any of the wording that you heard? Maybe you missed something. Does everyone feel good? Okay. Lisa, thank you so much. This was so good. I know I'm asking a lot from you to send me all that so we can post it, but I think it's really important for people to have the wording. And
Tammy, can I just say one more thing?
yes,
that
please.
They talked about in this training is it said the turn everything into a positive. Like the one lady said, you have a headache. Oh, great, you're detoxing. Oh my goodness, the vitamins are really working. So that's one thing they talked about, is to follow up in the private message and reframe everything as a positive. So again,
I love that. Yes, I need to start thinking that way. A lot of times I know, like, because if you guys are in chats with me and somebody's like, so-and-so is on day 4 or day 12 or whatever, they don't feel good. I'm always like, how long have you been on it? Like, but I like that. That would be so much easier. Oh, fantastic. This is exactly how you're supposed to feel. You're supposed to feel like dirt. Ask Sonia. Yes, no, thank you. That's good. That's so good. Okay. You guys, if we get off here and you're like, oh, what did Lisa say? She's on Dream Team. You can ask her, shoot her a message, or you can post in Dream Team for information. Thank you a million times over. I will get this uploaded as soon as it is ready. And I'll see you guys again here next week. Bye. Oh, one quick thing. I totally forgot. Are you still with me? Lacey Vamos is going to she can't do a Zoom necessarily because she's got a little one at home and it's kind of crazy, but she is, when she has an open time, when the baby's napping or whatever, she is going to hop into Dream Team this week, and she is going to be doing a Facebook Live regarding TikTok and how she is using TikTok. If you guys aren't following her on TikTok, she's amazing. She does a really great job of being consistent and keeping it mixed up. But she is gonna share that with the team this week. I just don't know what day and time. But the great thing about a live is you can join in, or you can go back and watch the replay. So just keep your eyes out for that. And now with that, I promise I'm really done. Bye.